What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Channel Master and I have cerebral palsy. In today's video I wanted to talk about the 10 things that I struggle with having CP. Now these aren't in any particular order, but they are things that I face every day. Number 1 is obviously walking and standing for long periods of time. I do not have the endurance to walk or stand for a very long time. So I use a number of devices to help me with this. Now I'm on campus for school and the average time for people to get around is about 7 to 10 minutes. Now if I were to walk this entire campus, that would probably take me like an hour or so. So to help me with that, I have a scooter that I use to get around that allows me to get around in this about the same amount of time that it would take an able-bodied person. The second thing on my list is doing my nails. I don't have the dexterity to safely do my nails by myself a lot. I can file them with a nail file, but I cannot use a nail clipper. I don't feel comfortable doing that by myself, especially with my feet. So I usually have my mom do my nails, or I go to a nail salon if I want them painted. A caveat with this though is I don't really like my feet done at a nail salon because my feet are also very sensitive, so I would prefer my mom do my toenails. The third thing on my list is showering. Showering is something that I have obviously over the years figured out how to do, but there are some things that I have to do to make it work for me. In both of my showers, at home and in school, I have a bench that I sit on to give me more mobility and access to things in the shower. Now for shaving, that's a different ballgame all by itself. I have to sit on the floor usually to shave. Shopping is number 4 on my list. This is something that I struggle with by myself, and depending on what kind of shopping we're doing is the amount of help that I would need. Grocery shopping is difficult, but I could do it by myself, but it's faster when I have somebody with me for grabbing things and just making sure that I don't buy everything in the store, because that's typically what happens. When it comes to like clothes shopping or shoe shopping, that is a nightmare in itself for me because I can't really try things on in the store because it takes too long, and shoe shopping is something that really gives me anxiety because my feet are very temperamental. There are very specific things that work on my feet and things that don't work on my feet. So it takes a really long time to find shoes that work for me. Number 5 on my list is carrying things. Now this is obviously something that I struggle with because I have crutches, and when you have crutches, your hands are always being used to help you walk, so that kind of makes it difficult to carry anything. Things that really help me are over-the-shoulder bags and like trays, and I've also just figured out how to walk with one hand if I'm carrying a plate or something. The next thing is stairs. Stairs are difficult for me because I am afraid of falling. I don't really like stairs unless somebody's behind me, and usually I like help, so I'll have one hand on the railing and I'm holding on to somebody else's hand. And that to me is the safest way for me to do stairs if I have somebody around. Now if I don't have somebody around, then I would prefer to just sit and slide, which I know that's really weird and like super awkward, especially in like public places, but it's what works for me if I don't have any access to anybody else around me. Number 6 is getting dressed. This is another thing that I figured out how to navigate, but it is something that takes me longer to do. I sit on the floor when I get dressed. I don't really stand at all, to get my pants on, I kneel. Now I know to able-bodied people that might sound a little weird because you stand to get dressed every day and that's how you function. For me, sitting and kneeling is what works for me. That is the fastest way, but it also takes me about double the time to get dressed that it would for an able-bodied person. The next thing on my list is doing my hair. This is something that I don't really have the repertoire to do a lot with my hair because, again, my dexterity doesn't really allow that. So my two go-to hairstyles is a ponytail and a bun. And sometimes I'll do like a half down, half up kind of thing. But I do not have the dexterity to really braid my hair or do anything really special with it. So when I have somebody around that can do that, I love it. I love having my hair played with and my hair braided. It's really like one of my favorite things ever. So when somebody's willing to do it, I'm so happy. Number 9 on my list is cutting food. This also goes down to dexterity issues. I could do it, it just takes a long time. It's hard for me to hold the fork and also do the motion of cutting as well. The last thing on my list is cleaning. Mostly vacuuming and like mopping. Because these are things that take balance and coordination, which are things that I struggle with just on a daily basis. So when you add a moving object, it kind of messes with my ability to do that sort of stuff effectively. So that's again something I will have somebody else do when I have the opportunity. Now, as you can see, this list is things that I could do by myself, but the struggle part of it is the amount of time it would take, really, for all of these things. Because if you think about it, what takes an able-bodied person about a half an hour to do could take me an hour to an hour and a half to do, just in my mental capacity and my physical capacity. Everything in my life takes time, and honestly more effort than it would an able-bodied person. But again, that doesn't mean that it's not possible, it just is the way it is. So I am planning on doing a video elaborating on a couple of these things, but definitely put in the comments which ones are interesting to you and which ones do you think would be helpful for other people to see. Alright, thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.